Major League Baseball welcomes you to the following presentation of the Washington Nationals.
Friday, Arizona scratched out a run in the 7th and held on for a 3-2 win to open the series. Yesterday, the Nats All-Stars led the way. CJ seized the Major League lead in RBI, and Foster is now tied atop the win column with 12. Today, these two teams wrap up the season series in what is sure to be a fight to the finish on Nationals TV. Having fun this weekend here at Nationals Park. An entertaining series so far. We're dodging bugs in the booth, and we're watching some high-quality baseball between the Diamondbacks and the Nationals. Rubber game here today, and a chance for the Nationals to secure the season series against the Diamondbacks and win the tiebreaker against the team that's in the mix in the playoff hunt. Welcome in, Dan Kolko, Denard Span, and Denard. When we left here yesterday, we thought we'd come on the air today talking about a rubber game, a series finale, a good series, and we're going to talk about all that. We also got to talk about the big trade that came down last night. Curtis Mead sent to the Red Sox for Connolly early. The Nationals getting some pitching help, trading away one of their big bats who broke out this season. Yeah, it caught me by surprise. I was, on Twitter last night, saw the news, but ultimately I thought it was a win-win trade for both sides. But from the Washington Nationals side of things, they're getting a guy in Connolly early who is a young stud starting pitcher. Now, this is a spot in something that the Nationals need. They don't have a ton of depth in the minor leagues or in the big leagues at this position, and so you're getting a guy who's controllable, and he's shown success already at the big league level. Connolly early, currently on the IL, dealing with some elbow inflammation, but he should be ready to pitch in a few weeks, so we look forward to seeing him. Denard, series finale here today. Yeah. The Nationals looking to take 2 of 3 and 4 of 6 from the Diamondbacks this season. What are you looking for today as the Nats try and come through? I'm looking for the offense to continue doing what they've done all season long. They've put up a ton of runs. Hopefully, Miles Michaelis, he can go deep into the ball game. We know the bullpen's a little taxed, but ultimately this is an opportunity for them to, inch up a little bit closer in this wild card race. So it should be a good opportunity for the Nationals today. And leading the way offensively, C.J. Abrams, leading all major leaguers in RBI, and what a week he's had. Possible NL Player of the Week. Last 6 ball games, he's got 5 homers and 11 driven in. Been on an absolute tear. So are the Nats out of the break, looking for another series victory.
I'm going to let you know a little.
Another sunny day here in D.C. Last one between the Nats and Diamondbacks this year, 83 degrees as we approach first pitch. Miles Michaelis making his way out of the Nationals dugout. And there's Blake Butera, Nationals skipper. An emotional day for him and frankly for Paul Taboni as well. Not as long of a track record for Taboni with Curtis Mead. But Blake Butera has known Curtis Mead for a number of years now. They were in the Rays organization together. The Nationals getting Curtis Mead from the White Sox early this season after he was designated for assignment, acquiring him largely because of the track record that Blake Butera, Michael Johns had with the player. They believed in him. What a season he had as a National. 17 homers and OPS in the mid-800s, and now he's a Boston Red Sox with Connolly early coming to the Nats. Here's the Diamondbacks lineup. Last of this 3-game series. Carroll, Perdomo, and Moreno, the top 3. Ketel Marte in the cleanup spot again. Max Kepler will get his second start of this series with Nolan Arenado in the 6th spot. Del Castillo, Locklear, and Tawa, the bottom 3rd against Michaelis.
Miles Michaelis taking the ball for the Nats tonight, making his 9th start of the season. He's also pitched in some relief for this ball club. Miles relies on late movement rather than overpowering velocity. Command has been great for him. He's more of a pitch to contact type of pitcher so far this season. You're going to see he has a 6-pitch arsenal, 4-seamer, 2-seamer, slider. Now that slider, that's been his go-to pitch. And this is powered by Google Cloud StatCast. I think his game plan today is going to be, he's going to have to lean on that slider That's been his most reliable weapon so far this season. And avoid the two-seamer. The two-seamer, that's been a pitch that the Arizona Diamondbacks have hit really well this season.
Two good fastball hitting teams going head-to-head. Check out the Nationals defense behind Michaelis today. Cruz, Young, and Wood in the outfield. Brady House, we welcome him back with the trade of Curtis Mead. So House back at the hot corner with Abrams on the left side, Nunez and Garcia on the right, and Harry Ford gets his second start of this homestand. 37-year-old Michaelis is ready to rock. First pitch to Corbin Carroll, misses up and away. There's Brady House. Played 44 games with the Nationals to start the season. Options to AAA Rochester on May 18th. Made some offensive improvements. Working with him defensively as well, trying to get him more consistent down there. He's made 8 errors at the big league level this season. 2-0 to Carroll. A hit, 2 walks, and 2 stolen bases in this series. And now 3-0 as that big looping curveball misses the plate. Dan Merzel the balls and strikes today. Rob Drake, Jordan Baker, and Stu Sherwater from first to third. Michaelis in there with a heater, 3-1.
See if Miles Michaelis can climb back into this count. He's one of the best pitchers in all of baseball with command and not giving up a ton of walks. 20 walks in 98 innings of work. 3-1 count going against a high contact hitter in Corbin Carroll. I like that pitch right there. Attacking him with that two-seamer in.
He's had good career success against Carroll and Gerardo Perdomo, the number 2 hitter for Arizona. Combined, they're just 1 for 15 against Michaelis. Worked the count full and a 3-2. Challenged him and Carroll pops it up. James Wood drifting to it. And there's the first out. So a good bounce back from Michaelis. Gets Carroll for the first out of the ball game, and now Geraldo Perdomo. No hits in the series for Perdomo. 2 walks and a stolen base. Still a dangerous hitter, but coming off that season that we talked about the other day, Denard batted .290 last year, 20 homers, 100 driven in, 27 stolen bases.
Yeah, career year for him. Did a little bit of everything, kind of put himself on the map as, you know, a star player, all-star player. He played in the WBC for Dominican Republic, started for them, and yeah, a lot of it was in due because of what he did last season. And yeah, still a threat to hit the long ball or drive the ball in the gaps for sure.
Adding just .232 this season. Diamondbacks gave him a 4-year, $45 million extension. And those numbers last year allowing him to finish 4th in the MVP voting in the National League. A 2-1 from Michaelis. Teased him with a slider in. Perdomo lays off, and it's 3-1.
It's really, it's a good miss right there. Competitive miss right off the inside part of the plate.
Another 3-ball count to a Diamondback hitter, and this time Michaelis loses him. Perdomo aboard with a 1-out walk.
That was a good take by Perdomo on that 2-1 pitch, that slider. You're normally going to see hitters try to offer at that pitch, and that set him up for that 3-1 count. And I think Michaelis was hoping that Perdomo was going to expand the strike zone, but he laid off a close sinker. I think today that's going to be the difference in the game, the matchup between Michaelis's two-seamer and, you know, this Arizona Diamondback team. That's what they are, you know, keying in on, and that's the pitch that they're trying to hunt. So it's going to be about, you know, can he command that pitch on the edges of the strike zone as well as use that late breaking, late moving, that slider.
Hammered down the line, and Moreno another hit. This will get deep into the corner. Late decision by the third base coach for Arizona. Perdomo being sent to the plate, and he's in safely. Moreno drills a ball down the left field line, and Perdomo to the plate to make it 1-0 D-backs early.
Yeah, that walk to Perdomo coming back to haunt Michaelis, and that just was a hanging breaking ball to, once again, one of the hottest hitters, not only in this Diamondbacks lineup, but in all of baseball. He's been getting on base at a high clip, hitting line drives, and that ball kind of just got caught up in that corner in left field, and Diamondbacks already on the board early in this ball game.
Moreno extending his on-base streak. Now 23 consecutive games he's reached, and 42 consecutive starts. They've gotten a lot more production from the bottom of their order over the last few weeks, but Moreno posted up towards the top of their lineup, continuing to do damage as Marte grounds one to second. Moreno to third on the second out. That'll bring up Max Kepler. Saw him last year with the Phillies after he played 10 years with the Twins. Signed a $10 million deal with Philadelphia last year. Hit .216, but did launch 18 homers. And then this winter tested positive for a performance-enhancing substance. Suspended for the first 80 games of the year. And while serving that suspension, was signed by Arizona to a one-year deal. Because of the PED suspension, ineligible for the postseason if Arizona is to make it. Takes a fastball away, 2-0. Returned from that suspension June 25th. Batting .217, 2 homers, 12 driven in since then. That fastball gets the inner edge, 2-1.
Yeah, great location. Right on that black on the inside corner. I think Kepler definitely looking for a pitch middle in, but that just was a perfectly executed pitch by Michaelis.
And goes away, gets the outer edge.
That's it right there. That's where Miles is going to have to live if he's going to have success tonight. He's found himself in trouble when he has been pitching in the heart of that strike zone. I mean, he throws so many strikes, it almost, I think, comes back to hurt him at times.
Kepler fouls off the changeup. We talked to early this season, Michaelis did, about essentially what you're saying, Denard, that he felt like he would get ahead of hitters and throw too many hittable pitches in pitchers' counts. Trying to work throughout the course of the year on getting more chase, expanding the zone when the time is right.
And that's throwing those competitive pitches off of the strike zone, right? That slider that's, just off the plate, but presenting it, as a strike to ball for as long as possible and trying to, get off the barrel, especially with 2 strikes.
This will be his 22nd pitch here in the first inning. Another 2-2 to Kepler. Top of the zone with the fastball, close.
That was a strike.
Called ball 3. I mean, you can't place it any better than that, except when it's called the ball by Dan Merzel. Dotting the edges with that 4-seamer. Moreno down at third with 2 outs.
Gotta go slider right here. Right off that fastball in. Nope.
Goes breaking ball. That one close. And Harry Ford wants the challenge.
Nice.
Previous pitch was called a ball. The catcher has challenged.
ABS powered by T-Mobile. Can Harry Ford keep the hot stretch of ABS challenges going? Yes, he can.
The pitch was a
That
strike,
baby.
strike 3.
And that's an impactful one for Harry Ford. Steals the strikeout for Miles Michaelis. Gets his pitcher out of the first inning. 1-0 Arizona. That's a dangerous hitter lurking. James Wood will stride to the batter's box. We'll follow him there. He'll lead off for the Nationals yet again. Every game this season has featured James in the leadoff spot. Andres Chaparro will bat second. Dylan Cruz gets bumped up to the number 3 spot with Curtis Mead no longer here. Brady House, welcome back. He'll bat 5th with Jacob Young behind him. Another start for Harry Ford in the 7th spot. Yesterday, the Nationals faced a left-hander, Mitch Bratt, who was making his 4th career start, acquired from Texas. in the Merrill Kelly trade. Today they get a guy making his second major league start, a left-hander acquired from Texas in the Merrill Kelly trade.
Yep, Cole Drake making his second start of his young MLB career. The number 12 prospect in this Diamondbacks organization. Made his first start earlier in the week against the Sacramento A's. Went 5 innings pitched, 1 earned run, 5 strikeouts. And his ability to generate whiffs with his secondary pitches led to a successful outing for him. We're going to see his pitch arsenal here pretty soon. He's a 4-seamer, curveball, changeup, cutter, and a slider. I think today is going to be about. That's a pitch right there that James is having a hard time picking up, that curveball. But you're going to see his arsenal. Cole Drake's 4-seamer, curveball, changeup, cutter, slider. He has a high whiff changeup that has not allowed a hit or a run yet. That cutter, that's been an effective secondary breaking ball that keeps hitters off balance. And then that 4-seamer, he gets good extension on that as well. So once again, I think the changeup, that's going to be key for the Nats to try to see that up in the strike zone.
And Andres Chaparro hits one high and deep to left center. This ball back on the track, and then it just dies. We've seen a few balls in this series that off the bat sounded and felt like homers and just haven't traveled here at Nats Park.
I don't know if it's this time of year in the summer where, you know, the air's a little, I guess you would say thicker, the humidity's high. But yeah, off the bat, this looked like he connected. And especially the way he's been swinging the bat lately. As I see the side view, that ball maybe got in on him a little bit, so he just missed it. But he's been swinging such a hot bat, and it feels like every time he is up to the plate, he's hitting the ball up. He's hitting the ball really nicely and squaring it up.
100 miles an hour off the bat at 35 degrees. Again, here at Nats Park,
it's usually
that ball has been leaving this season. Allowed second out for Cole Drake, and now Dylan Cruz. Cruz 3 walks yesterday. Had 2 hits the day before, including a 2-run homer.
Seeing the ball really good against lefties.
And hits this one to deep right center. Back on it is Tawa, looking up, it's off the wall. Cruz will cruise into second. A 2-out double for a guy who's coming around over the course of the last few days.
Yes, he is having good at-bats. You mentioned the 3 walks yesterday, the home run in game 1 of this series, and you see him sit back on this curveball. Look how balanced he is. Lower half. Looked explosive and strong, and yeah, just doing a good job at staying through this baseball, not trying to pull it, and just going with the pitch and getting himself into scoring position.
Well, you got the right guy at the plate trying to tie this game or put the Nats on top early. C.J. Abrams, the major league leader in RBIs, takes ball 1 from Drake. With Luis Garcia Jr. just a few spots behind him, C.J. 79 RBIs this season. A 1-0 from Drake on the far third base side of the rubber, misses away with a cutter. Abrams now batting .293, and Dinardi's on pace for 39 homers, 122 RBIs, and 26 stolen bases.
That's what you call an elite player playing at the shortstop position. Kelly's seeing the ball nicely.
Hands this one out to center. Back on it is Tawa. So the Nats strand a man. Trail 1-0 to the second.
And we are.
Cole Drake works around a 2-out double by Dylan Cruz. Keeps it 1-0 Arizona to the second. Michaelis back to the mound here. Facing a nemesis of his over the course of his career. Nolan Arenado. 6 for 12 career against Michaelis with 3 homers and a double. Hitless in this series so far, has drawn 2 walks. Able to lay off the slider, says Rob Drake. Ball and a strike. See if Michaelis can get a little more count leverage here in the second inning and beyond. Fell behind a few Diamondbacks hitters in that first. Works the 4-seamer in on Arenado, 2-1.
I like that pitch off of the slider. Trying to go back in and see if he can catch Arenado sleeping or leaning out over the plate, and see where he's going to go now. He's going back out.
Arenado pulls it out to short. Abrams gathers. Throws out Arenado for the first out. Adrian Del Castillo with one out. 0 for 3 with 3 Ks in this series. And launches this one high out to right center. James Wood after it. Same with Young. And JY will take it. That ball was in the air forever. Came down in Young's mitt for out number 2.
Big league pop-up right there. Just got underneath that fastball down and in.
Four in a row retired by Michaelis. Now he gets Tyler Locklear. So the Nationals, or rather the Diamondbacks, getting today's starter, Cole Drake, in a deadline trade last year. They also got Locklear at the deadline last season, trading Eugenio Suarez for 3 players, including the 25-year-old Locklear.
It was a trade that he went to Seattle, right?
Yeah.
Good pitch.
Fastball up the knees makes it 2-1.
Pitch, but yeah, you're right. Michael is so far early in this game, pitching from behind. I feel like he's thrown some good pitches just off the plate, but Diamondbacks hitters up until this point showing good plate discipline. Really another nasty sinker.
Make it 5 in a row retired by Michaelis. And here comes Brady House in his return to the bigs.
What is Toyota?
Welcome back to Nationals Park with the news of Curtis Mead departing to the Boston Red Sox. Brady House was recalled by the team from AAA Rochester. We spoke with Brady today, who said, "It feels great to be back. I'm here at a good time to help this team do what I can, help them win, and that's what I'm going to focus on." He said a lot of the stuff that he focused on when he was down with AAA was his mental confidence and fielding, hitting. He said a couple of physical things too I worked on, but mostly just gaining that confidence. He said the guys up here kept in close contact with me. He spoke mainly with hitting coach Matt Borgschulte, making sure that he was feeling good and that mentally he was in a good place to be back here. He got the call right before he was about to go to his game, hopped on an early flight, and Dan, here he is.
Thank you, Alexa. Takes the fastball up from Drake, 1-2. Yeah, Paul Taboni talked about how they wanted to make sure after they sent Brady House down that they stayed in touch with him. They made him feel like he was still a part of this process up here. And I'm sure, Denard, from a ball player's perspective, you're sent down, you're not physically around anymore.
Yeah.
And it's got to be tough to feel like you're just being cast aside.
Yeah.
But the intentionality behind checking in on him, making sure that he's working through the things that the team wants him to, and making sure that he's in a good space mentally has to go a long way.
That goes tremendously in a long way, and you see him right here already producing in his first at bat back up in the big leagues. And yeah, you're seeing a guy already first at bat, happy to be back up here in the big leagues, looking forward to this opportunity. He had to go back down to Rochester and work on his swing and work on his approach. And obviously this was a tough trade for the Nationals in trading Curtis Mead, a guy who was having a phenomenal year. But the way Brady House went down to Rochester and took care of business, was hitting around 300, and just doing the things that he needed to do and being a professional, it made Paul Taboni and this Nationals organization have confidence that he could step in and fill that third base position for this team.
That's a great point. So House, a leadoff double here in the second, has always been able to handle left-handed pitching. So a soft landing for him, if there is one, getting brought back up to the big leagues, facing the lefty Cole Drake. And now in scoring position for Jacob Young, who lines one up the middle. That'll fall, and that'll bring Brady House to the plate. Tawa going to fire off a throw, no chance. Cut off by Perdomo, and House and Young team up to even the score here in the second.
Atta baby, good piece of hitting from Jacob Young, getting the job done. Runner in second base, and you'll see this changeup gets it up in the strike zone, gets enough of it just to muscle it out to center field. And that's Jacob Young going up to the plate with a game plan, understanding what Cole Drake's go-to pitch is and what he wants to lean on, and he went up there looking for that changeup and got it and was able to knock in Brady House.
Welcome back, Brady House. 34th RBI of the season for Jacob Young. And now Harry Ford. And with House up here, with Harry Ford up here, we're starting to see, Denard, kind of the turning of this Nationals roster and a look into the future.
Yeah.
Never know what, young ball players will become after they come up to the majors. But Harry Ford acquired this season to be part of the Nationals catching tandem in the future, and Brady House, a former first-rounder, back up here on the Major League roster again.
Definitely think it's a bright future for this young ball club. Talk about Brady House. He's been a prospect for a while, and hopefully he's ready to stick up here. And same thing with Ford. He's done a good job swinging the bat, and he's done a good job behind the plate. You saw the ABS challenge. He was able to flip a strikeout, and he's done a good job with framing as well. And so, yeah, you're right. Things are starting to come together.
Ford, known for his patience at the plate, has worked a 3-0 count and takes a fastball to the inner third. Batting .286 through his first 4 big league games with the Nats. Takes a fastball up. Been a high walk guy his entire minor league career, and he draws a free pass here to put 2 on with nobody out in the second. Nationals have dominated left-handed pitching this season. They're 22-13 in games started by opposing lefties this year. Diamondbacks also crush left-handed pitching. They're 17-9 facing left-handed starters.
I think you're seeing an offense in the Nationals that has been crushing everybody. Let's just throw that out there.
Yeah.
But then you look at the righties in this lineup: Dylan Cruz, Brady House, Jacob Young, Harry Ford. Those guys feast on left-handed pitching, and then you factor in James Wood and Abrams and Nunez. He's a switch hitter, but the lefties as well, they're having career years and seeing the ball nicely against lefties as well.
3 straight have reached here in the second. Now Luis Garcia Jr. Another start against a lefty for him. Takes ball 1 down and away. We talked a little bit, Denard, about your approach when facing left-handed pitching in your career. For a team overall to have lefties who can handle lefties, so you don't have to platoon, your big name guys.
Yeah.
Wood, Abrams, even Garcia to a lesser extent. Blake Butera able to stick with these guys even against the southpaw starter.
Yeah, that gives them flexibility, and certainty of who's going to be in the lineup every single day. When you got 2 to 3 legitimate superstars that can handle lefties and righties, you don't have to think about, it's just less to think about when you're making the lineup each day.
I know who my leadoff guy is going to be. I know who my cleanup guy is going to be, and we leave it.
All the good teams in the big leagues, for the most part, you look at the Cubs, PCA, he's in center field every single day.
Right.
Bregman, he's over at third base every single day. I'm drawing a blank on their second baseman, Nico Horner. Same thing. Those 4 guys are in the lineup every single day, no matter who's pitching.
Popped up foul. Renato takes it for the first out.
And that's just such a luxury to have as a manager.
So Garcia retired. Now Nasim Nunez. Two walks in the series drawn by Nasim. Still looking for his first hit.
Happy for this young man. Having himself a really good season, getting an opportunity to get every day at bats, and I mean, he's a wizard with the glove, and we've always said, or at least I've always said, if he can hit 250, he's in there every single day. He should be. He's that good defensively.
Swings first pitch, pops it up down the right field line. Long run for 3 Diamondbacks. It'll be the second baseman Marte taking charge. Tagging and going to third is Young. Trail runner Ford going to advance as well. Aggressive base running by those two. Harry Ford clinging to the bag with his right foot. And now 2 in scoring position with 2 down.
Oh, I love the heads-up base running from Ford. He might have got lucky that Arenado bobbled that ball because he might have been dead to rights. But I like him being ready to take the extra 90 feet. You see right there, Arenado bobbled that. But now you got second and third. Good aggressive base running. You see Jacob Young leading the way. He's obviously has speed and a good athlete. And then Harry Ford, hey, man, get that foot on the back.
So now 2 ducks on the pond for James Wood. Takes the first pitch curveball for strike 1.
Yeah, he's going to get a steady dose of those curveballs. That's been the pitch. That's been the one pitch where he's struggled with. I've seen that, we've had lefties every single game of this series, and I feel like that's what they have just been peppering him with.
And a heater away, misses. It's only 2 hitters in Major League Baseball with 25 or more homers and 15 or more steals. Both of them wear the curly W.
And that's what we're talking about as far as that stability in the lineup and, just having the luxury of 2 All-Stars, 2 legitimate MVP candidates in your lineup. And you see James kind of caught in between. He's realizing that they're throwing him a ton of curveballs, and then what happens? You miss your cookie. So that's why for me it was like I'm staying on the fastball. I might be looking for a breaking ball, but I'm staying on that pitch and sticking to my game plan. I know my strengths, and I'm going to roll with that.
The 1-2. Wood rolls it over down the line, foul.
I said the best way to hit a nasty slider or a nasty breaking ball is
hit the heater.
Don't miss the fastball.
Yeah. Drake started the inning by allowing 3 straight Nationals base runners. House a double, Jacob Young an RBI single, and Harry Ford a free pass.
It'd be nice if the Nats can cash in these 2 runs.
Another 1-2. Wood a line drive out to second, almost ate up Ketel Marte, but he went to the ground, spun, and threw out Wood. 2 stranded for the Nats, but Brady House got it all started with a leadoff double. Welcome back to the big leagues, Brady House.
I don't know if I should use it.
Bring the Nats on all your summer vacations and your staycations. Watch games at home or on the go for just $54.99 for the remainder of the season. Get a free trial today at nationals.tv. Tie ball game to the 3rd. Miles Michaelis spins in a curveball. Strike 1 to Tim Tawa. Tawa, Carroll, and Perdomo for the Diamondbacks here. And a sky-high pop-up left side. Now staying with it, and he has it for the first out. So we talked about it in our open, Denard. A trade that really might get things going on the trade market last night. The Nationals and the Red Sox teaming up yet again. Curtis Mead going to Boston. Connolly Early, the left-hander, coming back to D.C. Early, a guy with ties here to the DMV area. From Midlothian, Virginia, near Richmond. Played collegiately at UVA. 5th rounder back in 2023. Career numbers, a 3.24 ERA. This season, 3.44. Made his big league debut last September 9th. 5 scoreless innings, 11 strikeouts. And got the ball in a decisive Game 3 of the wild card game last year against the Yankees. Already pitched in a big environment. And I think what's rare about this trade, Denard, sometimes you'll trade an established big leaguer like Curtis Mead, who put up big numbers this year. You'll get back a prospect who has the years of team control, but hasn't shown that he can do it at the big league level yet.
Unproven, right?
Yes. Connolly Early, still just 24 years of age, under team control for 5 years beyond this year, as House takes care of another pop-up. But he's shown that he can pitch at a pretty high level at the major leagues. This feels a little different to me.
And yeah, you're right. And that's why I think this trade, it made sense for both sides. Both sides are getting guys that have shown to have success. But you're right about, Connolly Early already, having success. But like, to me, the fact that he pitched in that wild card game, that tells me a lot about, what type of young man he is, the competitor he is, and what that Boston Red Sox organization thought of him to give him that opportunity, that responsibility in such a huge moment in the postseason. So, great trade, I thought, for the Washington Nationals. getting a position that they need, which is starting pitching. And that's tough to acquire, via trade and free agency. And so you got a guy, oh man.
Down the right field line, and Perdomo makes it 2-1. Long fly ball off his bat. Gives him his 8th home run of the season, and the Diamondbacks have the lead right back. Talked about the monster season he had last year. Numbers down this year, but a good game so far here today. A walk and a run scored in the first, and now launched a homer.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. He's still a threat to hurt you. Still a great player, having a down year, but that was that slider middle in. He took that pitch off the plate during his first at bat, and that one he was able to see and kept his hands inside that ball and kept it fair. But then thinking about like Curtis Mead, though, like the job that he did this year, obviously a tough decision for the Nats, but if he's going to Boston, like he's got to be feeling good about himself. He put himself in a position to go to a team that is trying to get themselves into the playoffs. They're on a heater right now, but ultimately a year ago he got DFA'd, and he did everything and more from the terms of controlling what he can control and putting himself in a good spot. So happy for him as well.
Yeah. And one final time. See you later, mate. We wish Curtis the best. An 0-2 to Moreno, misses low. A point that you made a minute ago, the acquisition cost to get controllable starting pitching is so high.
It's a premium.
And it's a big loss losing Curtis Mead. He had become a really strong presence in this lineup, had done a nice job down at third. Metrically didn't really show as an above average defender there, but was perfectly solid to the eye test.
Yeah, guys that hit 20+ home runs, with 70 to 90 RBIs don't grow on trees as well. So
you got to give to get.
Correct.
But the Nationals getting back a controllable starting pitcher. There's Mike DiBartolo, Ani Kalambi, Justin Horwitz. The Nationals brain trust pulling off a pretty big deal here last night. High fly ball out to left center, giving chase is Young. Back near the wall, and he has it on the track. But Perdomo's fly ball left the yard. Put the Diamondbacks on top 2-1. This one a high fly ball out to right. At the wall, it's out of here. 25 for C.J. Abrams, tying Ian Desmond for the most home runs in a single season by a National shortstop. And we're still in July. It's unbelievable what C.J. Abrams has done this season. 25 homers in just 101 games, tying Ian Desmond for the most by a National shortstop in a single season. Desi did it in 130. Denard, you played with Ian Desmond.
Yeah.
What does it take in your eyes? You played with some other good shortstops as well. What does it take to be an everyday shortstop at the major league level and to be relied upon by your team like those two guys, Desi and CJ, have been?
Well, first and foremost, you have to be, a phenomenal athlete, to be able to man that position. It's a huge responsibility. You're essentially one of the 3 captains on the field. You are the captain on the infield. But then also, I think mentally, you have to mentally be engaged, and you have to almost be like the quarterback, if you will, in football, and know, where the third baseman is supposed to go. You got to know everything, right? And so, take somebody mentally sharp to be able to.
Chaparro, another high fly ball. This one to straightaway center. And for a second time already, Andres Chaparro going to fly out just short of the track.
And then lastly, you just got to be a gamer. Like, when I think of Ian Desmond, I think of a gamer. I think of somebody who brought it every single day, played the game hard. He was dependable. He was a good teammate. And, he just was a leader. So as a shortstop, you got to be a leader.
Dylan Cruz certainly possesses those leadership qualities. Out in left field for the Nationals today. Takes strike 1. Doubled to right center back in the first inning. Takes the cutter in. How about this with Dylan Cruz? Mentioned the 3 walks yesterday. This is just a trend for Dylan, the 3 walks yesterday. I mean, you're not going to do that every game. But in July, look at the walk rate, 18.3%, the 6th highest in Major League Baseball, had the 4th lowest in baseball going into July.
I think that's a good sign that good things are coming. When a hitter is drawing walks and having deep at bats and good at bats, that means pretty soon it's going to start getting very loud. It's going to be what Pedroia said. It's going to become a laser show here pretty soon.
Nice. A 1-2. Cruz lays off the changeup.
Even that right there. I mean, he took that very calmly, saw the ball out of his hand. Tells you he's not thinking about mechanics. His lower half is synced up. His load is on time. Good 2-strike approach, letting that ball get deep.
When you as a hitter are able to control the strike zone and put yourself in advantageous counts, I'd imagine as a young ball player, it's hard to do that. As Cruz awaits a 2-2 and skies it out to right center. Into the gap with Carroll there for the second out. When you were able to make that transition and start controlling the count, getting yourself into hitters counts with more regularity, how did the game change for you?
Everything slowed up. I mean, yeah, you just find yourself in, offensive counts all the time and being able to, pick spots where you can let it eat, be a little bit more aggressive. And, as a hitter, you look at the numbers, 2-1 count, 3-1 count versus, being in the flip count where it's 1-2. Like, the numbers are the opposite. And so, the more you can understand how pitchers are trying to approach you, pitchers and catchers, and lay off of those tough pitches on the outside corner, pitches that you can't drive early in the count, and put yourself in the driver's seat to where that pitcher has to come to you, that's when the game becomes fun.
Drake ahead of Abrams, 0-2. And CJ a fly ball to left center. After it is Tawa, still back. Oh, it's out of here.
Let's go.
No signal yet from the second base umpire, Jordan Baker. CJ going to keep running. That ball clearly looked like it hit over the top of the wall. CJ thinks so as well. For now, it's a triple, but Blake Butera going to request a crew chief review here.
That ball just kept going.
Yep.
That's a homer?
That's a homer.
Man, he went down and got that pitch, and ball had some serious backspin to it.
Well, before they have a crew chief review here, Jordan Baker going to confer with his fellow on-field umpires. Clearly hitting the plexiglass above the high wall.
Washington is challenging. This will be a crew chief challenge for a possible home run. The ball was left
on the
in play.
field remains ball in play. And now they'll take a look in Midtown Manhattan.
Look where he goes and gets that pitch.
That ball is so far below the zone.
Yeah. Talking about the guys locked in right now. Taking that lefty breaking ball. Left center field. Going almost 400 feet.
I mean, you're probably looking at the NL Player of the Week right here with what C.J. Abrams has done from Coors Field back here to D.C. Assuming they get this call right. This is going to be C.J.'s 6th home run in his last 7 games. Kind of surprised it's taking this long.
I agree with you. It's pretty clear to me.
The only thing I can think of here is they just want to make sure they have the ground rule correct.
Yeah.
That if it hits off that plexiglass atop the wall, that it is a ball out of play, that it is a homer. But they're still looking at it.
So what if it would hit the gray part underneath that? Would that still be a homer? Anything over that wall?
My understanding is anything over the padded portion
is a home run.
Is a home run.
Probably be nice.
After review, the call on the field is a home run.
Number 26 for C.J. Abrams. His torrid stretch continues. 6 home runs in his last 7 games. And a new Nationals record for the most homers by a shortstop in a single season. 26 in 102 games.
Congratulations. Passing a 14-year record by a really, really good player in Ian Desmond. Man, I keep saying that. I said this yesterday just about his maturation. Like, I watched him play last year when I was, working TV, and he looks like a totally different player, like he's having fun. The way he's controlling the strike zone, man, it's been cool to see him transform into potentially an MVP. Goodness.
Brady House fouls off a changeup. To be able to hit a pitch that far below the zone to the opposite field.
Impressive. Yeah, that's impressive. He went down and got it. He used his lower half, used his legs nicely, and got that barrel to the ball.
RBI number 80 this season, adding to his major league lead. And now 8 home runs in the month of July for CJ, tying Yordan Alvarez and Esmerlin Valdez for the most of any hitter in baseball. Brady House, a high fly ball to right center. This one back, Tawa a beat on it, and another one comes down on the track, but CJ Abrams did not. That's backspinning a baseball. Abrams with 26, and we've got a 2-2 game. The 4th inning of Nationals baseball is brought to you by your Washington area Toyota dealers. Shop Toyota for legendary style and reliability. Check out the all-new RAV4 at Toyota.com. Back and forth we go at Nationals Park. Single runs by the Diamondbacks in the 1st and 3rd. Nationals single runs in the 2nd and 3rd, with CJ Abrams tying the game at 2. Got in on the hands of Marte a bit, still able to muscle it out to center, and this one's going to leave. Ketel Marte, his 19th of the year. And the Diamondbacks have a 3-2 lead.
Wow, off the bat, it looked as if Jacob Young was going to catch that. That ball just kept going. Got to see this pitch again. I think it looked like a 2-seamer. If so, yep, that was a 2-seamer, and that's looked like he almost got jammed. But that just shows you how strong Marte is and how hard he swings the bat. But he's a hitter that traditionally has fared really well against 2-seamers, and showing right there.
Second home run surrendered by Michaelis today. Now 23 on the season. Faces Max Kepler with nobody out. The Diamondbacks have been trying to get Corbin Carroll and Ketel Marte going. The two of them combined in July, entering today, batting 187, sub 600 OPS.
Still playing good baseball as a team, though. A lot of these other guys have stepped up. You got Moreno, Locklear, Vargas. Those guys have had really good months.
Kepler hits one well down the line, foul. That was a rocket. 108 off the bat.
You don't want to go back down there. Throw something else.
Happy zone for a lefty, huh?
Yeah, down and in.
Struck out on a curveball to end the 1st. Go back down there, but with a changeup.
Yep. Not the location he wanted. You see Ford setting up outside.
Another line drive. This one playable. James Wood backpedaling, and he has it for the first out. Well, how about this on the Nationals catchers and Harry Ford specifically? The ABS challenges to start the year for the Nationals, not great. Of late, they've been significantly better. Harry Ford's successful challenge in the 1st inning, making him 6 for 7 at the big league level. And Nationals catchers dating back the last 2 weeks have a 78.3% success rate. That's tied for the best mark in baseball with the Blue Jays in that time span. Luis Garcia Jr. broke towards the ball. Michaelis gets over. Good work there by the veteran starter. Found the bag, got the baseball from Nunez, and he has his second out here in the fourth.
Nice, good job by the veteran going over there and playing his position. Seeing Garcia go in the hole. You see him right there, making his way over there to first base, giving Nunez a good target, catching that ball on the run. And Nunez with perfect feed as well.
Two down for Adrian Del Castillo. Fastball to the outer edge. It's the 9th start for Michaelis this year. He's followed a reliever 13 times. Ball on a strike. He's had pretty strong success against the Diamondbacks in his career. Now his 7th career start against them. 9 appearances overall, 3.79 ERA in his career. Lined out to right, and Del Castillo has his first hit of the series. Join us for Family Fun Days at Nationals Park. Kids 12 and under can enjoy fun zones, photo ops with mascots, and run the bases after the game. Plus, enjoy story time with your favorite players on select dates. Every Sunday of a homestand. Visit nationals.com/kids. Denard, you can get your face painted like that, like a tiger.
Oh, I'd love to do that. Sign me up.
What do they do with the beard? They paint the beard, or
they do paint the beard. At the beginning of this road, I've been on the road for 10 days. At the beginning of this road trip, my beard was jet black. now it's I don't know what color it is. It's like
a little gray sprinkled.
Arctic gray.
That's all right. We're all fighting it together.
10-day straight games are not good for me on the road.
Kudos to you, by the way. The previous 7 games doing Twins broadcasts.
Yeah.
And then jumping in here, putting on the headset here with us at Nationals Park and diving into our Nats.
Yeah, first game was a little tough. I'm not gonna lie. I wanted to say Twins at least 10 times. But yesterday felt a lot better. You know, getting more comfortable with the names and just actually being here in DC and referring to the home ball club as the Nationals, but always, you know, good to be back. I consider this home. Be back here in DC. I've always said that, you know, this place played a special part in my heart. It was big for me in my career when I first got here. And yeah, just was right place at the right time in my life and my career.
You and I have talked about this. You made some comments about how you just found something here in D.C. that, you know, no offense to Minnesota.
Correct.
You loved your time there as well.
Yep.
But you just clicked here. Something felt different when you came here to D.C.
Well, it's different, or it means something when I was talking about this even with Curtis Mead. Like, you know, when a team acquires you, they're essentially telling you, we want you. Not that the Twins didn't want me, but the Nationals wanted me just a little bit more. And that was the messaging that I heard once I came over here. It was, you know, nothing but, you know, them speaking confidence in me and telling me, hey, you're the guy we've been, you know, seeking and searching for, that we believe can take our team to another level. You know, the team at that time was complete. They didn't have a center fielder. We didn't have a center fielder and a leadoff guy. And so, you know, when you begin hearing that messaging over and over and over, you're like, okay, like this is where I'm supposed to be. And you know, my teammates, they welcomed me with, you know, large or just gave me a warm welcome, and then the organization in the city did the same thing. So just great time here.
Yeah, you can view a trade as one team not wanting you. You can also take the inverse mindset. The team that acquired me really wants me.
That's it.
Michaelis hitting Tyler Locklear to put 2 on with 2 out. And here's the number 9 man, Tim Tawa. Action in the Nationals bullpen here in the 4th inning. Matt Crook putting the pitch com in, starting to loosen. Tawa pops one up. Playable on the infield. Garcia will call off Ford, and he squeezes it. Diamondbacks retake the lead, however, 3-2 to the Bottom of the fourth.
Easy, big fella.
President of Baseball Operations Paul Taboni told us he was sitting in the stands yesterday watching the game, having a pretty good understanding that the trade was going to happen. He said, I'm watching Curtis Mead in his last at-bat, and part of me wanted to cry, like, dang, I don't want to lose this guy. But at the end of the day, if you're not willing to make these really hard decisions, you're not totally cut out for the job. He said, we'll continue to stay in touch with Curtis and give each other big hugs when we play the Red Sox in the future. And Blake Butera echoed the same thing. He said, there are a lot of emotions. I did not get a ton of sleep last night. I think the world of Curtis and everything that he's gone through in his young career, he's dealt with a lot of adversity. He was given another chance here, and he really flourished. He felt comfortable. Talking to him late last night wasn't easy, and then seeing him here this morning pack up was also tough. We're both sad, but he knows they traded Connolly early for him. It's a really good arm, someone we plan to have here for a long time. And I told Curtis this trade is different than the ones he's been part of earlier in his career, and that should give him confidence and reassurance that he's a good Major League player. Red Sox are lucky to have him and extremely excited as well. Dan?
Thank you, Alexa. Jacob Young flying out to center, and here's Harry Ford with one out in the fourth. Denard, you and I were talking before the game. Paul Taboni made some comments that caught your ear about how some people in his job essentially don't want to have personal relationships with players. They feel that it could cloud their judgment or make things a little more complicated for them. They want to stay removed from that personal relationship. Paul Taboni does not view it that way. But he said that, you know, building on what Alexa noted, you have to be able to pull the trigger on a deal that you think will help your organization. Even if you really like the person and you really like the player, like they did Curtis Mead.
At the end of the day, for me, at least as a player, once I understood that this is a business and it's not personal, then that's when, you know, everybody's able to, you know, do their jobs, but still have relationships with people. And so I respected the heck out of what Paul said as far as, you know, taking relationships and, you know, taking it seriously and, you know, being a guy that wants to have his players feel like they can come up to him and have a conversation with him and still, you know, be able to do his job as, you know, the head guy in charge and make those tough decisions. But at the end of the day, I mean, this business, this industry is a relationship-based one. And so, that definitely resonated with me with what he said. And I think as he does that, like, players, at the end of the day, players, they want transparency and, you know, they want honesty and truth. And, you know, if you have a GM or, you know, president that's able to communicate and give that type of information to you, you're going to get players that respect the heck out of you, and they're going to be willing to run through a wall for you. So, kudos to Paul.
And they can't tell you everything. But, you know, Paul has essentially said to his players, to the fans, he said it from, you know, early on when he was introduced this winter as the Nationals president of baseball operations. I want to be honest and transparent with all of you guys as much as I can. He's delivered on that so far. Garcia flies out to right. 3 fly ball outs for the Nats in the fourth.
At Farmers,
what else is new? Foster Griffin putting together a really strong start. Got the win again yesterday, picking up his 12th victory of the season. And how about this? Among pitchers who have started at least 10 games this year, Foster Griffin with the 4th best winning percentage. Pitchers' wins obviously not valued the same way that they used to be, but still pretty darn impressive. And the Nationals, more importantly, 17-4 in his 21 starts this year.
I enjoyed watching him go to work yesterday, and apparently that was an off day for him, too.
Yeah.
And it was still impressive, right?
He allowed more than 1 run. It's an off day for Foster Griffin. So Miles Michaelis goes 4 innings today, allows 3 runs on 4 hits, gave up 2 solo homers, and now here's Riley Cornelio for the 5th. Top of the Diamondbacks order and ripped down the line off the bat of Corbin Carroll. That'll be extra bases for him. Wood corralling it. Can't assume anything with Carroll running into second with a leadoff double.
Yeah, you sure can't. He's among the league leaders in triples almost every year. It seems like playing in Arizona, but he has a ton of speed. Nationals, they've done a good job of keeping him quiet this whole series. Last thing they want is for him to wake up in this last half of this ball game here in the last game of the series. But you see him hit that ball sharply down the line for an extra base hit.
His 21st double of the year to go along with 12 triples and 15 homers. So Cornelio in some trouble right away.
Pitch arsenal, slider, four-seamer. Pitched really well in Colorado and Sacramento. Does a good job at missing bats at a high clip.
Walks have been the issue for Cornelio. Spins in a breaking ball to start. Perdomo with strike one. Picked up his first career save, or rather his first career win his last time out. Got the victory at Colorado, a guy who spent a good portion of his childhood in the Colorado Springs area. Had a lot of family and friends at Coors Field, and he went an inning and 2/3, hitless baseball, walked 2, but picked up the victory in a 7-3 win. There's an Arenado throwback.
See if he can stop Perdomo from trying to get the runner over from third base, or to third base, I should say. Strikeout or weak pop fly to the infield, that'd be nice.
Perdomo, a walk, a homer, and 2 runs scored today. Another 0-2. Moved his feet with a slider in the dirt. And now a message from Papa John's.
Get 2 or more Papa John's favorites for $6.99 each. Papa John's.
One ball, 2 strikes. Missed in yet again. This one a wild one. Carroll will move up on the wild pitch, now at third with nobody out.
Yeah, not much Ford could do to keep that one in front of him. Just a fastball that was pulled by Cornelio. Yeah, I mean, Perdomo don't move out the way, that's definitely going to hit him, and see him get out of the way, and then Carroll advancing to third base.
Nationals have to bring their infield in now. Domo able to check off the slider. 3-2.
Another good stop by Ford behind the plate. Infield's going to have to be quick with this ball. If it's a chopper or a ground ball to him, especially with speed on third base, and Corbin Carroll.
From 0-2 to 3-2. Missing the inner edge. And Perdomo draws his second walk of the game.
I don't mind that pitch. 3-2. Got the lefty. Perdomo, he's already hit a home run today. Try to be careful with a couple bases open. Now you got the righty coming up.
Perdomo this season, more walks than strikeouts, and it's not close. Now 67 free passes drawn to 52 strikeouts.
That's really impressive.
A plus 15.
Really, really impressive. Yeah, the power numbers are down, but he's still getting on base at a high clip and being very productive at the plate.
Another mound visit for Simon Matthews. Cornelio allowing the first 2 that he's faced to reach base. Carroll the double to right. Moved up on a wild pitch, and now a Perdomo walk. They're at the corners for Gabriel Moreno. Over this stretch of 42 consecutive starts where he's reached base, Moreno batting .356 in OPS in the mid-900s. Good fastball to the outer edge. 97 dotted. Young playing into the gap in right center.
I think he'll trade a ground ball double play for a run in this situation. No outs.
Fouled off, 0-2. Cruz very deep and left. Perdomo already 3 RBIs in this series.
Snap him off with that slider on the outside corner. You see Ford on the outside corner.
Moreno checks his swing.
I think that's going to be the pitch he's going to want to try to see if Moreno's going to expand. Wonder if he's going to try to maybe throw another fastball up and out of the strike zone to see if he will chase at that as well. I think ultimately he wants to try to get him on that slider. See if he can pound it into the ground or get a swing and miss.
Moreno's grounded into 6 double play balls this season. A 1-2. Fouled off.
Yep, that's the fastball I was saying right there. Up and out of the strike zone. He offered at it. Now see if we can go back to that slider.
Three-two Diamondbacks here, top 5. Cornelio trying to work out of a jam. Check swing into the Nationals dugout, whizzed by the head of Blake Butera. As you talk through the pitch sequence here from Cornelio to Moreno, the setup pitch,
yeah,
the fastball up, trying to get to the slider.
I think he's about to come right now.
Another 1-2. There's the slider, middle of the plate. It well out to center. Sends Young back onto the track. He has it. Both runners will tag and move up. Carroll to the plate. Perdomo to second on a long sac fly off the bat of Moreno. 4-2 Arizona.
It was a good at bat from Moreno, fouling off some tough fastballs up and out of the strike zone, and you can tell he was ready for that slider from Cornelio. And ultimately, yeah, he got the job done. Hit that ball a long way, and a good job by Perdomo being aggressive, getting himself in the scoring position as well. Good all-around offense for the D-backs on that play.
They double their lead. Now Ketel Marte, who homered his last time, is going to ask, do you find it easier to think through pitch sequences now, removed from the batter's box? Is that something that you were good at even in your playing days, or is it easier when you're sitting up here and you got the time?
It's definitely easier up here.
Yeah,
definitely everything's easy up here. Freaking MVP up here.
Marte, a sky-high pop-up out to Nunez, and there's the second out. Join us at Nationals Park Saturday, August 8th to get a free Nats Hawaiian shirt and short set. And watch our guys take on the Reds, ride the waves, and seize the opportunity at nationals.com/promos. Oh boy, we got a wide variety of Hawaiian shirts in the yard today. Max Kepler bats with a man on and 2 down. Ball and a strike. Kepler sends one in the air to right. James Wood broke back, now in and towards the line, and he gets there in time. So Cornelio allows one, limits the damage in the 5th. It's 4-2 D-backs. What's up, guys? Got a little Ritas. Great day at the yard. Nationals will have to come back against this Diamondbacks team, who take a 4-2 lead to the home fifth. 9-1-2 for the Nats here. Nunez, Wood, and Chaparro. Third straight day that the Diamondbacks are sending a left-hander to the mounds. Doesn't throw especially hard. Saw Rodriguez on Friday. We saw Mitch Bratt yesterday, and now Cole Drake today.
You're absolutely right. Yeah, three of those guys, very similar profile.
Drake's retired 8 of the last 9 that he's faced. The Abrams homer, the only blemish in his last time through the Nats lineup. He has popped up to second, back in the second. Takes ball 3. And a 1 out, or rather a leadoff walk for Nasim Nunez. Third walk drawn by him this series. Across Major League Baseball, James Wood and C.J. Abrams, 2 of the top 4 hitters in terms of total bases.
Product of hitting a ton of balls on the barrel right there.
Chance to tie this game with 1 swing. Takes ball 1. Action in the Diamondbacks bullpen. Jonathan Loaizaga getting loose. Got 2 righties due up behind Wood in Chaparro and Cruz. And Wood, a high fly ball out to center. Is this one going to be enough? Back in is Tawa at the wall. It's out of here. 29 on the season for James Wood. Give him 71 RBIs. And he tied the game with 1 swing indeed. It's 4-4 here, bottom 5.
He's telling CJ, hey, I'm coming for you. I'm creeping. I'm right behind you. You can't leave me in home runs or RBIs. And that was on a curveball. He's been saying all day he's been struggling against that curveball, and he went up there this at bat, sitting on that pitch, ready for that pitch, and he did not miss this one. Straight away center field. Oh, strong he is. Look how much leverage he gets. And that's a long way too, man. Oh my goodness.
James Wood has knocked Cole Drake out of this game. 4-4 here in the 5th. Hate the Drake.
At Farmers, honest.
Let's take at this nice swing from James Wood. Pretty much giving Drake a shower ball, getting him out of this ball game. Drake getting predictable, attacking James Wood with that curveball. And you see James Wood like, look, I was ready for that one, man. I got that one, man. And telling CJ, hey, man, I'm right here, baby.
Abrams 26 homers on the year. Wood now with 29. And he's tied this game at 4. Drake is done. Here's Jonathan Loaizaga, and the Nationals counter with Dalen Lyle off their bench. He'll bat for Andres Chaparro.
Like this move. I'm not going to attempt to say this pitcher's last name. I'm not going to even try. I'm just going to call him Jonathan.
Jonathan?
Yeah. Call him Jonathan.
It's a lot of vowels there.
Yeah, it's a lot of vowels. You got I don't know what those calls are. What's that over the A right there? What do you call that? It's not an apostrophe.
No, accent mark.
Accent mark. There you go. But yeah, he's been tougher on righties in comparison to lefties. So you see Blake Butera going to his bench using Lyle. And you see Lyle right here with the base hit to left field, keeping this inning going with no outs.
3 straight of reach for the Nationals. The Nunez walk preceding the Wood homer. And now Dalen Lyle an opposite field single.
See that Arsenal power sinker. Really good changeup. Only 9 walks in 40 innings pitched, so he commands the strike zone really good. And Also giving up no earned runs in his last 5 outings.
Good portion of Loaisiga's career with the Yankees.
You know what? That's what I remember that name.
Had a couple really good seasons.
He might be in the books.
In your book?
In my book.
Huh? Send our research team to work. 2-0 on Cruz.
Well, you don't hit many of them. You remember it.
What did we say yesterday? 71 in your career?
That's it.
All right. Well, he broke into the big leagues in 2018, so it would have been at the very tail end of your career.
Oh, then maybe it's somebody different. Then maybe somebody different. Yep, it's not him.
Cruz fouls it off.
Thinking of somebody else.
8 years with the Yankees. 3.54 ERA over the course of those 8 seasons, and he's excelled so far in the Diamondbacks bullpen. 2.03 ERA. Even 1.0 whip. Not a huge strikeout guy.
You see that power sinker. Trying to get Dylan Cruz to roll over and hit a ground ball. Not a strikeout guy, but yeah, pitch to contact, relies on his middle infielders, especially Perdomo. One of the better shortstops in all of baseball.
A 2-2 now to Cruz. Fouls that one off his leg.
That ball's taken off.
Ready to strike again. Lyle taking his lead off first. Another 2-2 to Cruz. Oof. Pulled, foul. So no homers for you career against Loaisiga.
No.
You faced him twice. 1 for 2, a single and a K.
Okay, I'll take that. Yeah, 1 for 2. Keep you with a job right there. It's a good day. Yeah, it was somebody else I was thinking about. I definitely remember the last name. I mean, it's a unique last name he has. See if Lyle's going to be aggressive here. 2-2 count. It's a good time to go. Get a good jump.
He holds as Cruz hits one high and deep out to
back
center.
And tag up. Go back and tag up.
Up is Tawa. He has it at the edge of the track. Lyle went halfway and returns with 1 out. Last time for C.J. Abrams Denard. Resulted in number 26 of the year.
Palacalle. Home run in Spanish right there, in case you didn't know that, Dan. But yeah, you see CJ going down and getting that baseball, man, using his lower half. He's like, come on, man, that's a home run. He should be able to go back and start that home run trot from first base.
Like the Michael Morse Phantom Grand Slam.
Yeah.
Now Abrams drives one out to right center.
Come on.
Deep as well. Is this Yes, it will.
Woosah.
2 in the game for C.J. Abrams. He now has 7 in his last 7 games. 27 on the year. This guy is a beast.
I think I figured out what's going on here. You got C.J. James Wood. They're feeding off each other's energy. James goes deep. He said, okay. No, first C.J. went deep. And James backs him up, and now C.J.'s like, hold on.
Anything you can do, I can do better.
I can do it better. Man, that's exciting.
3 runs in the inning here for the Nats. Sorry, 4 in the inning. 2-run bombs by Wood and Abrams. The best offense in Major League Baseball. That's now with 155 home runs this season, most in the majors. And you got to think C.J. Abrams is headed for an NL Player of the Week award. Would be the Nationals' 4th this season. Wood has 2, Luis Garcia Jr. has 1, and you got to think C.J.'s picking up his.
This boy is hot. Hitting fastballs, hitting curveballs off lefties, and also hitting changeups, hitting everything right now, hitting every single type of pitch type, and having a ton of fun out there. That's what it's all about, CJ. Do it.
Brady House down on strikes. Now Jacob Young. Young going to shoot one out to right, falling fast, and in comes Corbin Carroll. What a play by the Diamondbacks righty to end the inning. But two-run bombs in the frame.
Yes, sir. You got James Wood with the first one on that hanging curveball to knock Cole Drake out of the ball game. Hit this ball up mile straight away center field. He's just so powerful. And then this changeup that CJ goes down and gets. Hits this one a mile as well. A second home run of the game. Do it, CJ.
What's been so impressive with C.J. Abrams this season has been the consistency. He's had stretches over the last couple seasons where he's excelled, but after the All-Star break, he's been a little bit of a different player. The OPS, close to 200 points of a drop-off, but this season, since the All-Star break, 7 home runs, batting close to 500. It hasn't been the on-again, off-again, month-to-month sort of deal with C.J. this year, Denard. He's been so consistently dominant. That's not easy to do at the highest level in the world, but he's achieving it at 25 years of age.
Yes, he is, and I guarantee you he was well aware of those numbers right there over the course of his career, how he's been hot that first half and the second half, not so much. And I guarantee you that this past offseason, that was what motivated him to come out and put in that work during the offseason, but come out this year and do what he's doing right now and putting together a fine season. This is a career year for him. And it doesn't look like he's going to slow up anytime soon.
Well, I gave the numbers coming into the game that he was on pace for 39 homers, 122 driven in, and 26 stolen bases. We're going to have to update those. Perfectly placed heater from Riley Cornelio. 2-2 to Arenado.
Previous pitch was called a strike.
The veteran third baseman wants the challenge. ABS powered by T-Mobile. He'll show strike 2.
Pitch was a strike. The count is 2-2. Arizona has 1 remaining challenge.
Three and 2 now. So the Nationals have taken their first lead of the ball game. Cornelio looking for a shutdown inning here, top 6.
Nice to keep the momentum on the Nats side. 1, 2, 3.
Is that something you tangibly can feel in a dugout or on a field when you get a lead?
Most definitely.
Over a team, a shutdown inning really helping you build that momentum?
Most definitely. Yeah, the Nats with the big inning last inning with those 4 runs, and yeah, you come out here and go 1, 2, 3 and get back into the dugout. That deflates the opposing team, most definitely.
Another 3-2 to Arenado. Challenged him with the fastball. Arenado fouls it off. Tom Cosgrove starting to throw. One of the Nationals' 3 left-handed relievers. Saw Matt Crook getting loose a couple innings ago. Another payoff. And another foul ball. Bullpen game the rest of the way for both of these teams. Diamondbacks, kind of a league average bullpen statistically over the course of this season. But that pen has really improved over the last couple weeks as they've gotten red hot. ERA in the low 3s. And he lost him. Arenado wins the long battle and works a leadoff walk here in the 6th. Pro at bat there.
Yeah, it really was.
By a guy who's done this a long time. Still hitless in this series is Arenado, but he's worked 3 walks. And he's aboard for Adrian Del Castillo. Ball 1. It's the second walk issued by Cornelio so far. Line drive out to left center. Cruz over and then in for the first out. Mentioned when Cornelio came into the game that the walks have been the issue for him. With his 2 today, he's now surrendered 17 walks in now 17 2/3 innings. The stuff is clearly there. The fastball slider combination, upper 90s on that heater, good bite on the slider. Trying to find the zone consistently up here at the major league level. Adapting to a relief role after being a starter his entire minor league career until recently.
Yeah, with this type of stuff, yeah, if he can find that command, he could probably find himself in more high leverage situations late in the ball game. And you know, like we talked about all series, a lot of opportunities out there in the bullpen. Blake Butera looking on guys that he can lean on in big situations, and Cornelio definitely like right there. High power fastball. He has all the ingredients that you would want in a late inning guy.
Ball and a strike to Tyler Locklear. Another good heater.
Fastball exploding out of his hand. You tell he's feeling good throwing that pitch. He's thrown 2 fastballs right by Locklear.
No.
Will he throw a third one, or will he try to expand the strike zone with that slider of his?
Point fastball. Locklear pops it up. Asim Nunez will have space, and he makes the catch and foul ground for the second out. So here's where things stand in the National League wildcard picture. Diamondbacks holding the final spot so far. Nationals right back where they started when this series began, 2 games behind Arizona. Win a season series today with a victory. Earn that tiebreaker over the Diamondbacks.
That's a great point. Nats got some tough games coming up.
Blue Jays, even despite a down season for them, loaded with talent. They roll into town next. We might see Max Scherzer come off the IL and pitch against the Nationals tomorrow. That would be cool to see. So 3 against the Blue Jays, and then a road trip that'll take the Nationals to Atlanta and Philadelphia. And we've said this a bunch this season, Denard. Big homestand coming up, or a big series coming up. That Atlanta-Philly series, or road trip, I should say. 8 games against 2 division rivals playing good baseball. That could very well be a deciding factor in where the Nationals, certainly how they operate at the trade deadline, and maybe whether they stay in this thing into August and September.
Yeah, those 2 big series are going to be right around the trade deadline. And yeah, these games coming up matter. This one today is a big one. You know, you're talking about the Blue Jays that's having a down year. You want to go ahead and try to win that series. And once again, right now, you're trying to show Paul Taboni in this front office, Ani over there, hey, we can compete with some of these better teams in the National League. They're doing a good job this series against a team that is right there in the Diamondbacks. And so they can go to Philly and Atlanta and compete and, you know, have a good road trip. I'm not saying they got to win both of those series, but win at least one of them. And, you know, if you can go, out of 6 games, even if you can split that road trip, to me, I think that's a successful one.
3-2 now to Tim Tawa. Arenado will get a head start down at first. Payoff pitch from Cornelio. Fouled off right side. Wood will give chase, but that'll find the seats. Couple long at-bats for Diamondback hitters in this frame. Arenado saw 9 pitches in working a walk. This will be the 7th thrown from Cornelio de Tawa. In the air, this one playable for Wood. Fighting the sun, trying to create an angle, and he has it. Shutdown inning for Riley Cornelio. Keeps the Nationals on top by 2.
Looking for the ultimate.
The 2027 schedule is out. Check out the Nationals slate online at nationals.com/schedules and sign up for priority access to 2027 season plans at nationals.com/NatsPlus. Six runs through 5 innings for the best offense in baseball, and now they'll face Ryan Thompson here, bottom 6. Riley Cornelio a lengthy top half of this inning, but he kept the Diamondbacks off the board, and our score remains 6-4 as Thompson prepares to face Ford, Garcia, and Nunez.
See Ryan Thompson's 3-pitch mix. Lives in the strike zone, only 10 walks in 37 2/3 innings. Relies a lot on movement and deception with that sidearm delivery. And you will see a ton of two-seamers.
Ball and a strike. How did you fare against the guys who drop down and give you a really unique arm angle? Thinking of Steve Cishek, who played for the Nationals briefly.
Yeah, I mean, opposite arm relievers that were sidearm, I didn't mind. It was the same side. Like,
Yeah.
you know, I'm trying to think, like a Jerry Blevins. Lefty, I feel like he played here. He was a teammate of mine here. You know, guys that are same side, sidearm, those guys are tough. They're tough to be able to pick the ball up out of their baseball, even like a Madison Bumgarner. You got those guys at arm angles coming literally behind you, and you got to be able to pick up that baseball and keep that front side in.
Ford retired on a little looping liner out to right.
It looks like it hurts.
Here it is, real speed. I believe the expression is a lot of moving parts.
Yeah, a lot of moving parts there.
Throwing his arms and his legs at you. Got the bottom of the zone to Luis Garcia Jr. Faces a right-handed pitcher for the first time today. 0 for 7 in this series. Has gotten a couple starts against lefties. Slider spins in. 0-2. All right, so we got the updated C.J. Abrams on pace for numbers. On pace for 41 home runs, 125 driven in, 26 stolen bases, and 101 runs scored.
If he stays on pace with that, he might be getting some hardware. He might be getting some hardware.
I mean, James Wood going to be right there with him. CJ's batting average on the season now up to 296. It's 26 points above his good buddy James Wood.
Yeah, I think that's what separates.
Garcia, a line drive out to right. Ball carrying off the wall. Louis thought he got it. So did I. It stays in the yard, and a 1-out double for the Nats first baseman. Faces a righty, and he pounces.
You see Louis getting in on the party. Another one of these Nats hitters that are having a career year. See that high leg kick, but he gets that foot down and is able to stay on. I think for a second he was like, I think he thought he had it. But just a really, really good swing, especially against a tough sidearm righty, being able to stay back on that ball. And man, he got 21 bombs as well in this lineup.
And now 17 doubles to go with it. Into scoring position as the Nats look for some insurance here, bottom 6. Nunez walked and scored last inning, starting that 4-run 5th. That's nasty.
Yeah, it is. That ball came back.
The lone lefty in the Arizona bullpen is Brandon Garcia. Getting ready for that guy. Nunez takes the 2-seamer down. Fly ball out to right. Easy for Carroll. Second out here in the 6th, and Torey Lovullo probably going to make a slow walk to the mound here. Or will he not? They're going to stick and stay with Ryan Thompson.
Yeah, that's very surprising. Especially with the 2 lefties coming up. You got Wood and Lyle on deck as well.
Well, this is now 4 times recently that the Rockies and the Diamondbacks have warmed a left-hander ahead of James Wood and haven't brought him into the game.
Oh, man. What was that? What kind of move was that?
Does everything funky.
Hurt my back watching that. Goodness. Watch this. Ow.
Does it again.
Double up.
Louis like, what are you doing, man?
Does Louis have, how many stolen bases does he have? 4?
4 in 5 attempts, and now they're going to issue an intentional walk here to Wood.
Yeah, I think
the intentional pass makes sense after this happened.
He was trying to buy some time for the lefty to continue to warm up. Torey Lovullo being crafty. Outsmarting us all.
So Wood gets the intentional pass, and now Lovullo to the mound. He'll get Brandon Garcia to face Dalen Lyle when we bring you right back.
And we are up.
Well, the Nationals offense today led, as it has been so often this season, by James Wood and C.J. Abrams. They've combined for 3 homers and 5 driven in, but doubles as well from Cruz, House, and now Garcia, who's out there at second. James Wood standing off of first after an intentional pass, and here's Brandon Garcia missing inside to Dalen Lyle.
Yep, Brandon Garcia coming in this ball game to face the lefty Lyle. Garcia, one of the best relievers in all of baseball, with opponents average with guys on base, and that's why you see Lovullo bringing him in this situation with runners on first and second.
Garcia, an 11th rounder of the Mariners back in 2023. Got an awkward swing there from Lyle on a sweeper away. Got to continue adding on. Still 9 outs to get. Lyle in the air out to left. In is Kepler. And the Diamondbacks work out of a jam. Garcia gets Lyle to keep it 6-4. We've all been there. For every strikeout recorded by any Nationals pitcher this season, the Washington area Toyota dealers will donate $50 to the Children's Inn at NIH. Apparently it's a struggle for me today to pronounce Washington, which I've done about 8 million times over the course of my broadcasting tenure. 6-4 to the 7th. A high leverage spot here for Max Kranick, making just his 4th Nationals appearance on here to protect the 2-run lead.
Yep, trying to find a rhythm. The young Max Kranick is good movement on his pitches. Command, that's been the issue. He has to improve that. But he gets good velo on that 4-seam fastball. Throws that 53% of the time. He'll get that pitch up to 96 mile an hour. And then his main secondary pitch is that slider.
This is the top of the Diamondbacks order here in the 7th. And Corbin Carroll pops one out to shallow center. Jacob Young will take care of that. And there's one down.
Baby, Max coming in, getting his first out of this inning. I always feel like that first out of the inning, that's a key out for any pitcher. Kind of deflates the opposing team. Especially in these latter part of this innings at the top of this lineup. Corbin Carroll, always a dangerous hitter. It's a guy that you do not want to lead off with him on base.
Now Perdomo, who's had a perfect day offensively. 2 walks, a homer, and 2 runs scored. Another ball in the air. This one down the left field line and unplayable. Well, Kranick has gotten progressively better through his 3 Nationals appearances. Got hit around in his debut, his Nats debut, that is, at Sacramento. Then worked a scoreless inning at Colorado, a walk and a hit. His last time out 2 days ago against this Diamondbacks team on Friday night. Faced 3 batters, retired them all. 9 pitches, 7 strikes. Curveball bounces in, 1-2. Had solid numbers with the Mets last year. 3.65 ERA in 24 appearances before suffering that arm injury. Got in on the hands of Perdomo. High pop up out to right. Nunez way back there. Don't see a second baseman make a catch out there very often. A little laugh for his outfielders. He became a fellow outfielder on that play. 2 down.
Yeah, he went after that ball like an outfielder. He put his head down, got to a spot, and caught that fly ball. I mean, but James was playing a little deep, and I think he saw that and was aggressive in getting out there to right field and making that play.
Here's Gabriel Moreno. Strike 1. Good slider there, down and away.
Another good pitch, yeah.
Landed it for strike 2.
Kranick's looked good this inning, getting ahead of hitters, pounding the strike zone. Slider looks nasty. He's thrown a couple good fastballs as well. See if he can put away Moreno.
Slider misses away.
Good miss right there.
Tell Marte homered back in the 4th inning. He waits on deck. Lines foul. Look out.
Oh no, somebody get hit. I think so.
They're all right.
All right, Kranick got away with a mistake there. That was a hanging breaking ball. See if he can make a better 2-strike pitch here.
Oh, off the outside corner, and Moreno just serves it the other way. That'll get past the sidewall. Moreno sliding into second head first with a 2-out double.
Man, it's a tough break for Kranick. Pitch up, middle away. Moreno just going with that pitch. Throwing it exactly where Ford wanted that pitch. And yeah, sometimes you just got to tip your cap to the opposing player and say, hey, man, this guy's a professional as well. And that's professional hitting right there.
How about Gabriel Moreno on base twice again today with a pair of doubles. Driven in a run with a sac fly. This guy continues to have an outstanding season. Curveball misses to Marte. Tying run now in the batter's box for Arizona. Up and away, 2-0. Yet again, Tom Cosgrove starting to throw. Got the left-hander Max Kepler on deck. 3 balls, no strikes. Marte just trying to serve one to the opposite field there.
Yeah, right.
3-1.
Yeah, one thing on his mind. He was trying to leave Earth on that swing.
Not just trying to leave the ballpark, trying to leave Earth.
3-0 hack. And that's why even in a 3-0 count as a pitcher these days, you have to throw a quality pitch. You can't just serve one over the middle or over the heart of the plate. And same thing here, 3-1 count. Got to make a quality pitch.
And he does. Curveball down. Marte chases it, and it's 3-2.
Marte's not thinking about walking. He's thinking about trying to tie this game up. And you see Kranick doing a good job at taking advantage of his aggressiveness. Now he has himself back into this count. See what he's going to do here.
A 3-2. Lands the slider. Marte takes it the whole way. And Tom Cosgrove has to stay in the bullpen because Max Kranick works out of a jam here in the 7th. Strands Moreno at second. Fell behind 3-0. Came back to get Marte to end the frame.
This copyrighted telecast is presented by authority of the Washington Nationals and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. And the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Washington Nationals.
6-4 Nats. 4 runs in the bottom of the 5th, giving the Nats the lead. They've held it since. A cool tie between these two organizations, the Nationals and the Diamondbacks. Let's go back to April 14, 2005, the first home game in Washington Nationals history after the team came back to D.C. from Montreal. George W. Bush thrown out the first pitch. Levo dealt, went 8 1/3. Vinny Castilla, a double, a triple, a homer, 4 driven in. And the Chief, Chad Cordero, locks it down with a save. Nationals win 5-3, starting their team history against this Diamondback squad. And now looking to win the season series against Arizona. They've taken 3 of the first 5. Dylan Cruz will lead off. C.J. Abrams will come up behind him. He's already homered twice today, Denard.
C.J. the truth. That's what I'm going to start calling him. This guy here is swinging the bat really nicely all season long, but especially today, going opposite field on the lefty breaking ball, and you see him take this changeup and using the big part of the field, going left center, right center. And look at these home runs for CJ since the All-Star break. That average exit velocity almost at 102 miles per hour, and average distance 411 foot home runs. These home runs that he's been hitting are not cheap. You see him right there, middle of the field, going gap to gap. That's been his approach since the All-Star break.
You're looking at the National League Player of the Week. He has to be.
You gonna call it?
Yeah, I mean,
who else?
Not tapped into every guy around the league like some people might be, but sure looks like a Player of the Week as Dylan Cruz grounds the first pitch he sees through the hole left side. His second hit of the day, aboard to start the home seventh.
Yep, continuing to feast off left-handed pitching, going up there, first pitch of the bat, being aggressive, and was able to take this spinner and get it past the future Hall of Famer Arenado over there at third base, and way to lead this inning off and see if the Nats can get a couple of insurance runs going into these last couple of innings.
Fastball top of the zone to Abrams, strike one. This is the 6th time this season that Abrams and Wood have homered in the same game. The Nationals are 4-1 in the previous 5. Perfectly placed on the two-seamer. Got the top of the zone, then the outer edge. It's 0-2. .27 homers, 82 driven in.
And the average.
Yeah. 296 in today's game. Down on strikes here. Sweeper took off. And Garcia has the first out, bottom 7. Brady House has hit 2 baseballs well. Doubled to right field in his first at bat back from AAA in the second today. And then flew out to deep center an inning later. Drills this one out to the gap in left center. After it is Tawa. He can't catch up to it. Cruz will fly to third. Windmill on from Victor Estevez. Throw goes to nobody, middle of the field. And Brady House having a day in his return to the big leagues. A pair of doubles and a huge insurance run here in the 7th to make it 7-4.
Got it, baby. Brady get the job done coming in here today. First game back up in the big leagues and hitting one of the best left-handed relievers in the game. Hitting that ball, driving that ball to left center field. And you see Dylan Cruz right here. We know he's a good athlete, hustling around third base. And have a day, Brady.
The lead is now 3. Moreno wants to challenge that ball one call.
The catcher has challenged.
And I think the Diamondbacks are about to be out of challenges. It's ABS powered by T-Mobile.
The pitch was a ball. The count is 1-0. Arizona has lost its ability to challenge for regulation play.
A little verbose there from Dan Merzel. I like the explanation.
They lost their ability
to challenge in regulation, just in regulation. In there with the two-seamer. Well, Brady House has always hit left-handed pitching, even up here at the major league level this season. Batted .354 with a .988 OPS against lefties. It was the numbers against righties that were troublesome.
Yes.
Grounded down to third and past Arenado. This will bring House to the plate. Young and House trade places, and 2 add-on runs for the Nats here in the 7th. They've doubled up Arizona. It's 8-4.
See Jacob Young getting his second hit of the day, second RBI. And this is what makes this Nationals offense so tough. There's not much of an easy out. There's no easy outs in this lineup. Everybody producing and finding ways to contribute to this offense.
Jacob Young now with 35 RBIs on the season. And yeah, good point, Denard. This inning, 4 Nationals have come to the plate. C.J. Abrams, the only out recorded. He struck out. But Cruz got it started with a leadoff single. Then the House double that brought in a run. And now Jacob Young, an RBI double as well.
Yep, and still only one out, and the Nats still threatening to add on to this lead. And we got Ford at the plate. He's seeing the ball nicely. He had a walk earlier in this game, and see if they can continue to add on to this 4-run lead that they have here in this bottom of the 7th inning.
Ford takes strike 1. A walk and 2 flyouts for the Nationals catcher today. Backdoor cutter, 0-2. One ball, 2 strikes. Multi-hit games from Cruz, Abrams, House, Young.
Everybody's been on base.
Yeah.
Ford drew a walk. Nunez drew a walk as well.
Eleven hits for the Nationals, producing their 8 runs. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Cosgrove the lefty, Beater the righty. A little more wiggle room now for the Nationals pen. Kepler, Arenado, and Del Castillo due up in the 8th. And Ford takes strike 3. 2 strikeouts in the inning for Garcia. Garcia versus Garcia matchup here. Garcia misses to Garcia. Ball 1. Louis doubled his last time. Seven extra base hits for the Nationals today among their 11 knocks. The 3 homers from Abrams and Wood combined, and 4 doubles. Fouled off left side. It's the 28th time this season the Nationals have scored 8 or more runs. Tied with the Dodgers for the most in Major League Baseball. It's become commonplace, Denard, for us to see offensive outputs like this on a daily basis, but I keep coming back to how big picture, how shocking this is for all of us. Nobody saw this coming this season. Nationals leading Major League Baseball in runs scored and homers.
I'm trying to think. Who was I talking to? It was the first day I was here. Maybe been Ani, and I was asking him if he thought this or saw this, and he, kind of mimicked what you just said, but he said at the same time, like, we knew we had good players and they, had the ability and their ceilings were high, but obviously, this has been accelerated, but they came into the season, telling guys this is what you need to work on, right? And just trust the process, and these guys have bought in, and you're seeing them have a ton of success this year.
See a fadeaway, throws it into the dumpster, and Jacob Young will come in on the error. A little 50-foot ground ball off the bat of Garcia brings in the 9th run of the game.
That's why you put the ball in play right there with 2 strikes, tough lefty. Luis Garcia not giving up on that at bat. And just put the ball in play, take your chances. And that's a tough play for Garcia, for any pitcher. Throwing off your back leg. Another run for the Nats here, making it a 5-run lead, and that's it for Garcia. I didn't mean to take your call there.
No, Garcia got the better of Garcia there. An infield single, a throwing error on the pitcher. 9-4 Nats.
At Farmers,
4 in the 5th to take the lead, 3 in the 7th here to add some pad. Jake running that wired cam for us, giving us looks all over Nationals Park. The advantage is now 5 for the home team, and they'll face Kevin Ginkel here. Luis Garcia Jr. standing down at second after the throwing error on Brandon Garcia. No RBI to Louis, but the lead is 5, and here's Nasim Nunez.
See Ginkel with a 3-pitch mix, slider, 4-seamer, sinker. Thrives on the swing and miss. See if Nunez can make him pay. Drive in one more run.
Nationals trying to improve to 10 games over 500 this season, and games started by a left-handed opposing pitcher. He added on against the lefty Garcia here in the 7th, and now Nunez shoots one out to shallow center. What a play by Tawa coming in. Corbin Carroll, a nice diving play a couple innings ago, and now it's Tawa robbing Nunez, but the Nats add on 3 more. They lead by 5.
At Ace, how
Back to school season is around the corner. Join us on Sunday, August 9th as the Reds come to town. Plus, kids 12 and under can get an exclusive Nationals lunchbox. Visit nationals.com/promos.
Denard says it, you got to do it.
That's right.
6 outs to get. Nationals lead by 5. And here's Tom Cosgrove. He's appeared in 5 games for the Nationals so far this season. Came in 2 nights ago. Allowed 2 base runners, got just 1 out. They'll face a pinch hitter here for Max Kepler. It's the right-handed hitting Ryan Waldschmidt.
Cosgrove, 0 earned runs so far in 5 appearances this season. You see right here, relies on deception and inducing weak contact. So far this season, he has dominated left-handed hitters. But you see the Diamondbacks bringing up a few righties. Pinch hit right here, Waldschmidt.
There's that backdoor sweeper that just has so much movement. One and 2. Leaves the 2-seamer out. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Arenado on deck, then a left-handed hitter in Del Castillo due up third.
See if he's going to try to backdoor this sweeper. Nope, he got Ford. Well, set up in, but that won't end up being a backdoor sweeper.
Diamondbacks haven't dropped 2 straight games since July 8th. Out to shallow center, Young breaking in. Nunez back. J.Y. lays out and he can't get it.
Uh-oh.
Waldschmidt winds up standing on second. Jacob Young's body has been put through the ringer at times this season, and we hope he's okay. He's back to his feet.
Great effort by Jacob Young. Going a long way. He's playing pretty deep out there in center field and just missed it. See that ball sneaking under his glove. I'm glad he's okay. I thought for a second he might have been shaken up.
So a bloop double for Waldschmidt. Aboard for Arenado. For 2 with a walk today. Sweeper spins in, ball and a strike.
Oh, there's a ton of movement on it.
Clips the outside edge as well, 1-2.
Tell you what, I see why some of these righties are giving up on that breaking ball out of the hand. Looks like it's in the left-hander's batter's box, and then it comes back, and he got lucky right there. That pitch was off the plate, but the pitch before that was right on the outside corner. And I was going to say, yeah, you want to maybe rush him with a fastball in to make sure he's not leaning over trying to get to that sweeper, keep him honest.
A 2-2 to Arenado. It's it foul. Told this story on the last road trip, but was talking to Cosgrove about that sweeper. He used to throw kind of over the top arm angle, and he threw a curveball. And when the sweeper started becoming in vogue a handful of years ago, suggested to him maybe you drop down a little bit, change the grip a little bit, and sweep it in there.
Help him get a little bit more side-to-side movement on that pitch.
Yeah. Popped up down the left field line. Abrams into foul ground, and he backhand snags it. Had to keep his feet moving the whole way. Never really was able to camp under it, but made a tough play for the first out.
Yeah, nice play right there. Going down the line. You see him right there checking the walls, checking to see where his footing was at, and talking about playing the shortstop position. Right there, you got to have some speed, you got to have athleticism, and you got to have really good awareness, and CJ displayed all of those things on that play right there.
Ildemaro Vargas will pinch hit now for Del Castillo. And take strike one. Cosgrove was saying another benefit to throwing from this arm angle is it just feels better.
Yeah.
Less strain on your shoulder, your elbow. Vargas off the end of the bat into left center. Stop sign for J.R. House at third. He holds Waldschmidt at third. They're at the corners with one out.
Yeah, you see with the 5-run lead, no need to be ultra aggressive if you're the Diamondbacks, but Jacob Young also did a good job of charging that baseball and getting it in to the infield really quickly.
Tyler Locklear. So we got Brady House playing third today. We got J.R. House coaching third. We got a whole
House full.
Yeah, the house is full. Got a whole complex down there. First pitch to Locklear. Sweeper through the back door for strike one.
Man, that's a tough pitch as a hitter to pull the trigger on, man. Like, once again, I said this a second ago, but you see it out of the hand, and it's like there's no way that's going to be a strike. And are you flailing at a bug?
Yes, I am. Not quite as dramatically.
They're laughing at me.
Fly ball to center field. That'll back up Young. Tagging at third is Waldschmidt. He'll come to the plate with ease. Young throwing it into second, keeping the trail runner Vargas at first. So the Diamondbacks get their 5th run. They're back within 4. Sac fly for Locklear gives him his 6th RBI of the season. Now Tim Towell with 2 down. Fly ball to right. Wood tracking after it, and he has it. He'll lead off in the bottom of the 8th. Nats will lead by at least 4 to the 9th. James Wood already launching home run number 29 earlier today. Can he do it again? (9-5) Nats. Kevin Ginkel stays in the game for Arizona. Fires strike one to James Wood. Wood and Abrams combining for 3 homers today. The Nationals now have multiple home runs in 14 of their last 18 games.
It's crazy.
Brian Waldschmidt will stay in the game to play left. Still got a few more days left in July. The Nationals have already tied their franchise record for most multi-homer games in a single month. 14 multi-homer games in August of 1999 with the Expos and August of 2015. Your Nationals.
That's Bryce's MVP year. Is that another one?
Out to left center. Has James Wood done it again? Yes, he has. Over the red seats to the picnic tables. Abrams with 2 on the day. James Wood joining him with a multi-homer game. He's got 30 this season. And the Nats have double digits. It's 10-5.
Dan, what did I tell you? These guys are just like feeding off each other right now and trying to one-up each other every time they go up to the plate and just having a ton of fun. Man, this is fun to watch. I'm going to be honest. These guys are locked in. Every time they go to the plate, you got to stop what you're doing and watch, because they might do something special.
Lyle flies out to left. How about this weekend for the Nationals All-Stars? Foster Griffin, another strong start, picking up his 12th win of the year, and the show that C.J. Abrams and James Wood have put on, especially today.
Once again, just fun to watch, and just seeing how these guys are just essentially putting the team on their back. I don't know what C.J.'s doing right there, but whatever it is, they're woosawing, they're having fun, they're smiling, and man, these guys are growing up right before all of our eyes.
Unbelievable. Well, CJ's guaranteed to bat here in the 8th.
You know he's trying to go.
Yeah.
He's like, okay. Okay, I see you, big dog. Big fella.
Two balls, 1 strike to Dylan Cruz. A couple of hits for him today. A double in the 1st. Single and a run scored in the 7th. And a looping fly ball down the left field line. Cruz going to round third widely. Will go about a third of the way and then head back. 3 hits for Dylan Cruz today, and here comes Abrams. Already has 2 two-run homers. Looking for another. The first National with 7 home runs in a 7-game span since Kyle Schwarber in June of 2021. Luis Garcia Jr. had 6 homers in a 6-game span earlier this season. CJ with 7 in 7.
What you got, CJ? Let's go.
And he do it for a third time today. No, just a measly single.
Measly single.
This guy stinks.
He's pissed off.
C.J. Abrams 3 for 5. And there's 2 on with 1 out.
Stay hot. Fastball up in the strike zone, but stays on top of it. Able to take advantage of that 3-hole with Marte playing up the middle of the field, and yeah, just stay hot, man. I think that's touching his bat is coming off at around 100 miles an hour. It's hitting home runs, getting singles, hitting doubles.
Batting average now up to 297. Brady House, couple doubles today. Both of those coming off left-handed pitchers. Faces a righty here in Ginkel. Fly ball down the line, hooking foul. For a left-handed hitter to reach the picnic tables in left center.
Yeah, that's impressive. You don't see that normally. Normally that's right-handed territory, right-handed hitters that do that.
House grounds into a 6-4-3. The 8th is over. But another firework off the bat of James Wood. Number 30 on the season.
Yes, sir. Going opposite field. That's where his power is right there. And he knew it right away off the bat. Quiet baby assassin coming alive.
Hey, you little milk.
Nationals coming to Nats Park. Join us on Friday, August 7th as the Nats take on the Reds, and stay for a Jordan Davis postgame concert with your ticket. Head to nationals.com/summer concerts. Matt Crook gets the 9th. Nationals again lead by 5. This is the 3rd time this season, Denard, that the Nats have had 2 players with multiple homers in the same game. And kind of surprisingly, those 2 guys have not factored into either of the first 2.
That's very surprising. Yeah.
Dalen Lyle and Luis Garcia Jr. both times. July 3rd against the Pirates, May 12th at Cincinnati. But 3 times in the same season with 2 players having multiple homers in the same game, that's a new franchise record.
I would have lost money right there if you would have asked me that question. I would have definitely thought that before today, CJ and James were those 2, and the fact that that wasn't, that once again, that just shows you how explosive, how deep this lineup has been, you know, for the Nationals. And, you know, guys just having career years. Luis Garcia Jr., he's had a quiet series, but he freaking 21, 22 home runs, 70-plus RBIs. Dalen Lyle, same thing. Brady House. I mean, when you look at this lineup and you look at what's on the field, you have a lot to smile about right now if you're Blake Butera.
Leadoff walk issued to Corbin Carroll. And a big reason why the Nationals can afford to trade Curtis Mead.
That part.
As painful as it is to let him go, given the production that he's had, the impact he's made in the clubhouse, when you have a wealth of offense like the Nationals do currently, and you need starting pitching, you dip into a strength to go get a controllable lefty.
Scoring 10 runs a game, or not literally, but it feels that way.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, you go and get some starting pitching, and knowing that, like, hey, you know, you can slug with anybody in the game right now. You've proven that up until this point of the season, and now it's like, all right, now can we pitch with these other good teams, and, you know, not only just this year, but for the foreseeable future. So that's what the Nats were thinking about.
Crook struggling with command here. 6 of his first 7 pitches have been out of the zone. Behind Perdomo 2-0. And even with the lead being 5, Clayton Beeter starting to throw again in the Nationals bullpen. Blake Butera not messing around, and Crook searching for it. Ball 4. Back-to-back walks on 9 total pitches for Crook. Carroll and Perdomo aboard for Gabriel Moreno.
Yeah, definitely not the way you want to start this inning with a 5-run lead, right? 5? Yeah, 5-run lead if you're the Nats. And Crook, last thing you want to do is, give out free passes and, have the Diamondbacks just pass the baton offensively. I'd rather see them go and hit 2 solo home runs if I'm a pitching coach or if I'm even in the field. I'd rather see him just pound the strike zone and trust your defense and see if he can get some outs in this situation.
Elsewhere in the National League playoff picture, Pirates picked up a 1-run victory over the Cubs, 8-7 in Pittsburgh. Marlins currently trailing the Padres 5-3 in the 9th. Miami at risk of dropping their 12th consecutive game. And Matt Crook falls behind another hitter. Cardinals and Reds locked at 2, top 8 in St. Louis. Two-seamer lands, ball and a strike. Moreno, pair of doubles, sac fly and a deep fly out. Takes ball 2, and these are starting to look like auto takes now for these Diamondback hitters.
Yeah, in this situation, if I'm a Diamondbacks hitter, you're seeing Crook on the mound struggling with command. The last thing you want to do is to help him, especially with the way he's struggling to find the strike zone. And
sinker gets the outside edge, 2-2.
Diamondbacks just trying to get as many base runners as possible, trying to get that tying run up to the plate. And
Nationals trying to win their 3rd consecutive series out of the All-Star break. Trying to win their 4th straight series against the Diamondbacks. 3-2 to Moreno. Obviously want a challenge here if you're Matt Crook. Don't want to walk the bases loaded. But Moreno on an absolute heater over the last month and a half. Another time called by Dan Merzel, and a pitch clock violation on Matt Crook is going to load the bases.
Tell he's having a hard time, a lot going on, trying to find the strike zone, and just I wonder if things are just speeding up on him a little bit. Tough break.
Yeah, tough way to end your outing for Matt Crook. He walks 3. Moreno reaching on a pitch clock violation. And now Clayton Beeter on to try and put out a huge fire. Nats lead by 5 in the 9th, but the bases are loaded with nobody out.
At Farmers.
Nationals find themselves in a spot here, bottom 9. They lead by 5, but the bases are loaded with nobody down. Clayton Beeter picked up a save yesterday to close out a 5-3 win. Even though the Nats lead by 5 here, this is technically a save situation. Potential tying run stands in the on-deck circle. And so here's Beeter looking for his 10th save.
Coming in with the bases juice. Facing a tough hitter in Marte, and see if he can just get it out here. A ground ball double play, that would definitely take the sail out of the Diamondbacks rally here.
First pitch slider popped up. Abrams lets it fall.
Work.
Now he'll be able to throw to the plate. Get a base runner there. Are they going to call infield fly? Or are they going to call obstruction on the runner? What is the call here?
Yeah, CJ had to go around Perdomo. So they're going to call him out at second.
Dan Merzel explaining his ruling to Torey Lovello. I'd love it if he explained it to us. Moreno standing at second, along with Perdomo. Marte standing down at first.
But in Perdomo's defense, like, what is he supposed to do? It didn't look like he intentionally got in his way.
See second base umpire Jordan Baker, the crew chief, pointing at Perdomo. So they rule obstruction on the base runner. Now Blake Butera getting an explanation from Dan Merzel. So Perdomo is out. They move the trail runner Moreno to second. Marte stands at first. And so the bases remain loaded with one out. Peter getting an out on one pitch. Now a pitch away from ending this ball game. Strike one on a slider that looked in.
You got to remember the Diamondbacks, they ran out of challenges.
Good point. So they ruled out a fielder's choice, allowing Marte to reach. Ford picking the fastball in the dirt, ball and a strike. Waldschmidt pinch hit for Max Kepler last inning. Doubled to lead off the frame. Ground ball left side and through. In to score is Carroll. Stop sign held up for Moreno. And now the Diamondbacks are one swing away from tying it. Waldschmidt 2 for 2 off the bench. And here comes Nolan Arenado. Denard, you're getting the full Nationals experience here. A lot of runs and exciting ball games to the very end.
National experience by giving me a heart attack.
The previous pitch was called a ball.
Slider was called, ball one by Dan Merzel. Harry Ford wants to challenge again. And he gets another one right.
The count is 0-1.
Harry Ford is 7 of 8 in his ABS challenges since getting called up to the majors. Stole a strikeout in the first inning. And now with the bases loaded in the 9th, he gets strike one for Beater.
Nice.
0-2. Beater's 0-2. Chopped left side. House comes to get it. Smart play is to first. He makes it. So Arenado retired for the second out. Moreno comes in to make it a 3-run game, but a big second out.
Yeah, right now, if you're Beater in the Nationals, you will trade an out for a run. You still got a pretty good cushion. And a good play with Brady House running in, making the run and throw. And now the Nats 1 out away from winning this series.
Marte at third. Waldschmidt at second, and here's the former National Ildemaro Vargas taking ball one.
I think if you're Beater, you want to try to stay away from the inner third of Vargas.
Vargas, a switch hitter who's been far better against left-handed pitching this season. Two and 0. Next ball game comes your way tomorrow night. Blue Jays coming to town, and Toronto just announcing that Max Scherzer is going to come off the IL and start the first game of that series here at Nationals Park. Max against the Nats. 3 balls, no strikes. And a 4-pitch walk to load the bases again. 4 walks in the inning for Nationals pitchers, 3 by Matt Crook, and a 4-pitch walk to Vargas. That'll bring up Tyler Locklear. Tying run now on base. They're going to run for Vargas. Looks like Jorge Barosa. There's the speedy Barosa representing the tying run.
See Jacob Young taking a few steps back. Any ball in the outfield, you want to try to keep that ball in front of you, especially with the speed now on first base. You don't want that run, obviously, to score to tie this ball game. So everything's got to be in front of you. Can't leave your feet unless you are pretty certain you're going to catch this baseball.
Here's Tyler Locklear in his 6th game with the Diamondbacks this season. Ball 1. 10-7 Nationals. They took the lead in the bottom of the 5th with 4 runs, added on with key insurance runs, 3 of them in the 7th, 1 more in the 8th. But the Diamondbacks have gotten back within 3 here in the 9th. That's trying to close out a series win. Swing and a miss.
Nice.
1 ball, 1 strike.
Nasty slider right there from Beater.
Ground ball right side. Nunez is there, and the ball game is over. The Nationals hold on and win 10-7. They take the series and the season series from the Diamondbacks. They earn the all-important tiebreaker potentially, and they've won 3 consecutive series out of the All-Star break. Today, a show put on by C.J. Abrams and James Wood. They combine for 4 home runs, and the Nats are now a game back of the final wild card spot in the NL.
Incredible series for the Nationals, coming out here beating a red-hot team in the Diamondbacks, winning this series and climbing up in that wild card standings. This thing got a little scary towards the end, but you got to give it up to Beater for closing the door, coming in and picking up his teammate in Crook. And what an offensive performance by both C.J. Abrams and James Wood. It's been a blast being here with you, Dan. Look forward to hopefully next year spending some more time with you, brother.
Absolutely. Great having Denard Span back at Nationals Park. It's been fun with him these last 3 days. Nationals take 2 of the 3, and Clayton Beater picks up his 10th save of the season, into double digits this year. 10 runs on 15 hits, and C.J. Abrams came into the game as the major league leader in RBIs, added on 3 more of them on a pair of home runs, a solo shot in the 3rd, and a 2-run bomb in the 5th.
Yeah, you see C.J. using his lower half and stand back, keeping those hands back against this left-handed hanging curveball, and he says, hey, I can go left center, I can go right center, I can woo-saw, whatever you want, I can give it to you. And you see CJ with a big smile, just having a ton of fun this season, and just happy and proud of him, and as well as this Nationals ball club.
On a day where they were still adjusting to the Curtis Mead trade, guy who made a big mark on this Nationals club in just half a season here. They put up 10 runs on 15 hits. James Wood, a 2-homer game. C.J. Abrams the same, and he's downstairs with Alexa.
CJ, a 2-home-run game for you today. You've got 7 homers in your last 7 games. One of the most impressive weeks of your career. What does it feel like to be CJ Abrams right now?
It's just great vibes. You know, we come into the field every day, put the work in, have fun winning together, and we got it done today.
CJ, your first home run, I heard a coach in the dugout say that was one of the most impressive home runs he's ever seen you hit. Do you agree with that?
I'm not sure why I swung at it, but I'm glad I did. So, you know, it was good AB.
You and James putting on a bit of a home run derby, trading home runs in this game. Whose home runs were the more impressive ones today?
His, for sure. You didn't see how far they went? They went far.
What does it feel like to be able to home run, go back and forth with one of your best friends?
It's always fun, you know, putting runs up on the board and helping the team win. You know, Woody's my guy, so it's fun.
Got to give some love to Brady House today, too, as he comes up, has a crazy 24 hours, and is able to contribute. What can you say about his performance?
Getting the job done. I love it. You know, he didn't get much sleep, but he came and got the job done, so good job, Brady.
And then, CJ, beating the Diamondbacks in this series, 3 straight series victories. What's the word you use right now to describe this team?
Lit. Let's go.
I love it. Let's go. Thank you, CJ. Appreciate you. Congratulations, CJ Abrams. A 2-home run game for him. 7 in his last 7. We love to see it. We are going to have Brady House come and join us on postgame as Denard Span and I break it down. That's all coming up next here on Nationals TV.
I'm going to let you know.